You're watching Rurouni K95's movie review on Napoleon Dynamite. Hi Ruronis, this is your pal Rurouni K95 here. Today we're going to be reviewing Napoleon Dynamite for today's movie review. Napoleon Dynamite is a 2004 American comedy film produced by Jeremy Kuhn, Chris Wyatt, Sean Carville, and Jory Whites. It was written by Jared and Jerusha Hess and directed by Jared Hess. The film stars Jon Heder in the role of the title character, which was part. He was paid $1,000 after the film's runaway success. Heder renegotiated with his competition and received a cut of the profits. The film was Jared Hess's first feature-length feature and is partially adapted from his earlier short film Peluca. Yeah, so let's the thing for Napoleon Dynamite. Yeah, Napoleon Dynamite was acquired at the Sundance Film Festival by Fox Searchlight Pictures, who partnered with MTV Films and Paramount Pictures for the release. It was filmed in near Franklin County, Idaho, in the summer of 2003. It debuted at the Sundance Film Festival in January 2004. Most of the situations in the movie are loosely based on Hess's life. The film's total worldwide gross revenue was $46,122,713. The film has been since developed a cult following. The film has been since voted at number 14 on Bravo's 100 Funniest Movies. So, Napoleon Dynamite is a socially awkward 16-year-old from Preston, Idaho, who lives with his grandmother, Carlinda Dynamite, and his old brother, Kipling Ronald Kip Dynamite. Kip is 32, is unemployed, and boasts of spending hours on internet chat rooms with his girlfriends and aspiring to be a cage fighter. Napoleon daydreams his way through school, doodling ligers and fantasy creatures, and reluctantly deals with various bullies who torment him, particularly the obnoxious sports jock Don and the school bully Randy. Napoleon likes to make up stories about himself and his outlandish skills while having a sullen and aloof personality. Napoleon's grandmother breaks her coccyx in a quad bike accident and asks their Uncle Rico to look after the boys while she recovers. Rico, a middle-aged and flirtatious steak-loving former athlete who lives in a camper van, treats Napoleon like a child. Yeah. He uses the visiting opportunity to team up with Kip in a get-rich-quick scheme to sell items door to door. Kip wants money to visit his internet girlfriend LaFonda, while Rico believes riches will help him get over his failed dreams of NFL stardom and his recent breakup with his girlfriend. Napoleon becomes friends with two friends at his school. Deb, a shy girl who runs various small businesses to raise money for college, and Pedro, a bold yet calm transfer student from Juarez, Mexico. Preparations begin for the high school dance. Pedro asks Summer Wheatley, a popular and snobby girl, to be his dance partner, but is rebuffed. He then asks Deb, who gladly accepts Pedro, encouraging an upset Napoleon to find him a date for himself, and he picks a popular classmate, Trisha, from the school yearbook as a gift. He draws an intentionally bad picture of her and delivers it to Trisha's mother, who is one of Rico's customers. Rico tells embarrassing stories about Napoleon to invoke sympathy from Trisha's mother, who buys his wares and forces Trisha to reluctantly accept Napoleon's invitation. Trisha appears at the dance with Napoleon, but soon abandons him, causing Deb to dance with Napoleon out of pity. Inspired by an election poster at the dance, Pedro decides to run for class president, pitting him against Summer. The two candidates' factions put up flyers and hand out trinkets to students to attract voters. To increase their respect by demonstrating skills. Napoleon and Pedro enter a Future Farmers of America competition grading milk and cow udders. They do well and win medals but this little for their popularity. Incidentally, Napoleon visits a thrift store and buys an instructional dance VHS called Dequan's Dance Grooves, becoming a skillful dancer. Kip's girlfriend, LaFonda, arrives from Detroit and gives him an urban makeover, outfitting him in hip-hop regalia. Seeing that he dances, LaFonda gives Napoleon a mixtape. Rico's ongoing sales scheme causes friction with Napoleon as he continues to spread embarrassing rumors about him to prospective customers. Rico tries to sell Deb a breast enhancement product, claiming it was Napoleon's suggestion, which causes her to break off their friendship. His scheme ends after his sales pitch to the wife of the town's martial arts instructor, Rex Kwando, goes awry. So Rex Kwando assaults Rico unexpectedly after arriving during his demonstration of the breast enhancement product. Summer gives a speech before the student body on election day and then presents a dance skit to Larger Than Life by the Backstreet Boys with a school club. This is probably when Napoleon said, "What? A flippin' skit? Why didn't anybody tell us about this?" Yeah. With a school club, a disappointed Pedro gives an unimpressive speech after discovering he is also required to perform a skit to save Pedro's campaign. Napoleon gives the sound engineer LaFonda's mixtape and spontaneously perform an elaborate dance routine to Canned Heat by Jamiroquai. Napoleon's routine receives a standing ovation from students, stunning Summer and her boyfriend Don. So the film concludes with Pedro becoming the class president, Kip and LaFonda leaving on a bus for Michigan, Rico reuniting with his estranged girlfriend, Grandma returning from the hospital, and Napoleon and Deb reconciling and playing tetherball with the song The Promise by When in Rome is playing during the end credits. When you hear the song The Promise by When in Rome. Yeah. But wait. And also, in a post-credits scene, Kip and LaFonda are married in an outdoor ceremony in Preston. Napoleon, absent from the vows, arrives riding a horse, claiming that it is a wild honeymoon stallion that he tamed for himself. Kip flicks LaFonda's garter as a keepsake towards Napoleon, Pedro, and Rico, who catches it before he and LaFonda ride off across the fields. And that's how you end this movie after Napoleon said, "Lucky," in that movie. Yeah. Jon Heder and Jared Hess were both students at the film program at Brigham Young University in 2002 and decided to collaborate on a class project. The duo produced a 9-minute short film on a black and white 16mm film entitled Piluka about a nerdy high school student named Seth for a class assignment. We went up to Preston and shot the short film for over 2 days in black and white. We knew that we wanted to do a feature. We already started writing a script for what we would become Napoleon at that point. But we wanted to do a short film on the character to bring him to life. It was for a class assignment, and we were still trying to figure out on the best way to end it. Piluka was shown at the 2003 Sundance Slam Dance Film Festival and was well received. Jeremy Kuhn, who was the brother of a good friend of Hess's in film school, convinced Hess to drop out of school and adapt it into a feature-length film and helped him find investors for the project. Hess sent the film along with the script to a variety of different casting directors, many of whom thought thought the film idea was too weird. They just didn't like the character. They were like, the script's funny, but I think you need to recast this guy with somebody else, Hess explained. So for the film and setting, Hess shot the film on the location of in Preston in southern eastern Idaho, located near the Utah border in July of 2003, operating on a tight budget of $400,000. Hess cast many of his friends from school, including Heder and Aaron Ruel, and he relied on the generosity of Preston locals who provided housing and food to crew members. Among the established actors in the cast was comedy veteran Idrich Bader, who filmed his scenes as a varial martial art instructor, Rex Kwando, in one day. He recalled in 2011 that Napoleon Dynamite still to this day is one of the two top scripts I've ever read, alongside Office Space, one of his most recognized roles. It was very, very hot, Hess recalled in a Rolling Stone interview, but it was much fun being in this rural farm town making a movie we shot in 23 days, so we were moving very, very fast. I just didn't have a lot of film to be able to do a lot of takes. It was a bunch of friends getting together to make a movie. It was like, are people going to get this? Is it working? Hess describes the film as being so autobiographical. I grew up in a family of 6 boys in Preston, Idaho, and the character of Napoleon was a hybrid of all the most nerdy and awkward parts of me and my brothers growing up. Jerusha really was like Deb growing up. Her mom made her a dress. Was she going to a middle school dance? And she said, I hadn't really developed yet, so my mom overcompensated and made some very large fluffy shoulders. Some guy dancing with her patted the sleeves and actually said, I like your sleeves, they're real big. Hess said that in an interview with Rolling Stone. The film is set during the 2004-2005 high school year, as shown on Napoleon's student ID card in the title sequence. However, the film contains several anarchums indicating that it would be more operable set in the 1980s or 90s, depending on which year. For example, Deb wears a side ponytail, and Napoleon wears moon boots, both popular fashion trends of the 1980s. One scene is set at the school dance that plays only 1980s music, such as Forever Young by Alphaville, whereas an earlier scene features students performing a sign language, The Redemption of the Rose, sung by Bette Midler. Much of the technology in the film is archaic. Napoleon uses a VCR and Walkman cassette player. Kip connects to the internet via pay-per-view dial-up connection. And Uncle Rico drives a 1975 Dodge Tradesman. The song Napoleon Dynamite dances to at the end of the film Can Heat by Jeremy Quay came out in 1999. So yeah, that's going to be it for my movie review on Napoleon Dynamite. Thank you for watching, but before we go, here's my thoughts about this movie, because I really love Napoleon Dynamite, because I considered it my favorite comedy films. Help subscribe for content, my anime plan, link in the description down below. Share this video on your Twitter and Facebook. If you have Twitter and Facebook account, be sure to give this video a thumbs up by clicking the like button on this video. Feel free to leave it in the comments section below. Subscribe to my channel, RuroniK95. Feel free to join my channel if you like as well. So click on my notifications bell button. Check out my videos on my uploading as well. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, RuroniK95. Feel free to join my channel if you're new to this channel. And that's all to say. So, because Napoleon Dynamite is my favorite movie, because I decided to do I haven't done a movie review on Napoleon Dynamite since the dawn of my previous movie review on my first movie review on The Warriors, which has got to me because I haven't done a movie review on Napoleon Dynamite until now. So, thank you for watching my movie review on Napoleon Dynamite. I'm glad you liked it, and I hope you enjoyed it. Hope to see you soon for the next movie review. Oh, and I also got more surprises for the next upcoming movie review. Since I've already did my movie review on Napoleon Dynamite, so tune in next time for my next movie review on Bruno Bozzetto's Allegro non troppo. So, And I hope to see you soon for more videos.